The boy simply placed his hands gently over his ears, but the next moment, his forehead protruded and horns began to grow. At first, the village chief feared that the boy would be mistaken for a monster. However, when the villagers realized they couldn't hear any sounds, the chief understood the gravity of the situation. Just then, a man happened to pass by. He speculated that the sound had been consumed by a kind of bug called yen. These bugs, which resemble snails, abandon their shells every winter and parasitize the ears of animals, devouring all incoming sounds. However, the organs are not damaged, so simply expelling the bugs would suffice. The man had someone bring over a pot of hot water, poured a packet of salt into it, stirred it well, and then poured it into the ears. In no time, the yen bugs came out on their own. After treating the villagers, the chief took the man to a wooden cabin. Unlike the other villagers, the boy was not deaf. In fact, his ears were filled with a cacophony of noise. After initially understanding the symptoms, the man concluded that a bug called A was parasitizing the boy's ears. This bug usually acts in conjunction with yen, specifically to consume the silence created by yen. According to records, patients would fall ill at the end of the following winter, with their ears filled with a flood-like noise, day and night. Within a few days, they would go insane and die. The man then set up a tent and lit specially prepared ash. Gradually, the noise in the boy's ears began to fade. The man asked how the horns had appeared. It turned out that the boy was not the first to be parasitized by A. His mother was also a host of A. One day, she suddenly reached out and covered the boy's ears. The next day, the man pondered why the mother had covered her child's ears. At that moment, he noticed the boy slipping away. He quietly followed behind. But as the snow began to fall harder and harder, the surrounding sounds disappeared. The man suddenly understood. He knew how to expel A. When he found the boy in a cave, he discovered that the sound was gone. Looking up, he saw countless yen bugs clinging to the ceiling. He then located A and allowed it to parasitize his body. He had the boy extend his hands and cover his own ears. In a short while, a thick liquid began to flow out of the boy's ears. It turned out that A's weakness was the physiological sounds emitted by other living beings. These sounds were fatal to A. Although the boy's mother had realized this, her body was too weak. Even with her hands covering her ears, she couldn't eliminate A. So the boy covered his ears with his hands. He heard the sound of his wrists moving, like lava flowing inside. The horns on his forehead also began to fall off one by one.